Hello everybody, welcome back to Pixie Roo. Today's makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is of Cheryl Cole from the recent UK X Factor. She was helping Gary Barlow judging at the houses, and so many people were tweeting me saying, oh my god, can you do Cheryl's makeup? And we all know how much I love Cheryl, so that's what I'm going to do for you today. I hope you enjoy. To start off with, I am going to use Dior Nude Foundation. This one is in 20, which is quite a good colour for me. Pop it on the back of my hand. And I'm using a Real Techniques buffing brush just to buff that right into the skin. My hair is up, so I'm going to take that a little bit over the ears. Now this foundation looks a little bit light, but I like the fact that it allows my skin to come through. It's a good coverage, but my skin, the colour of my natural skin does shine through a little bit, so I really like this one. I'm going to take a little bit of Moisture Cover Concealer. This one is in NW20. I'm going to run that under my eyes. A little bit around my nose. And I've got a few blemishes, so I'm going to use a different concealer on those. Real Techniques Dome Shadow Brush, just to buff that in. Now I am going to do the US X Factor as well, but I just haven't had time to watch it yet. And I happened to be watching this one just the other day. I thought, oh, I'm getting the tweets saying, please do this. So I thought, yeah, I'll do that as soon as I get in on Monday morning. And doing makeup like Cheryl or trying to look like Cheryl always makes me feel good. I just need the little dimples. She's got the most beautiful little dimples there. I've got Studio Finish Concealer, which I'm just going to run a little bit over my blemish here and a tiny bit over the one on my nose there. Okay, I'm then going to move on to the eyes, and I have got Tom Ford. This is Cream Colour for Eyes, and this one's in 04 Spice. It's quite an expensive one, so if you don't want to pay out for that, you can get yourself a Dew Pot by Me, or a MAC Paint Pot would be absolutely fine, or a Estee Lauder do them. So many brands do them, but I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to take it on a Real Techniques brush. I find these best because it's synthetic. Take a little blush on my hand and just push it over the eyelid. Now Cheryl wings her eye out, and she also goes quite high with this. I am going to put an eyeshadow over the top, so just to bring out the colour even more. Now this is great for those of you that don't have much space between your eye and your brow, because Cheryl doesn't have a huge amount of space there. I have probably too much for this look, but I'm going to try and do it the best I can. Also going to take that a little bit under the eye. I'm then going to take an Avon 6-in-1 palette. This one is in Chic Glamour, and I'm going to use these colours here. And I'm going to start off with the darkest colour, and I'm going to run that just along the lash line. And still wing out. So really softly blending that through. I'm then going to take these two and run them underneath the eye. I'm using the lighter shade just to soften it a little bit. Don't want it quite as harsh underneath the eye. I'm then going to go in with this one and a 217. I'm just going to mix the two together, and that's going to sit softly through the socket bone and almost blend all that together a bit more. A little bit underneath too. Now mine looks a little bit darker on me because my eyes are much fuller. You can see a lot more of the colour. On Cheryl you can only see, let's say this much, so it doesn't look quite as strong. Next I'm going to take MAC Smolder Pencil, and that is going to go inside the eye, top and bottom. And Cheryl normally wears quite a lot of black eyeliner. So if you find it hard to do both top and bottom, just close your eye. And you should be able to get top and bottom. And then you can just go in and touch up the areas that need a tiny bit more. Make sure that's right in the lash line, so almost right in where the lashes are. Right, I've then got MAC Black Tracks and a Louise Young fine liner brush. I'm going to run that right the way along the lash line. It's not that thin, but it doesn't wing up, it wings straight. So it comes straight out to the side. Mascara, I have got Dior Show New Look. Plenty of that. On both top and bottom. Then for the brows, I've got Impeccable Brow Pencil from MAC, and this one's in Dirty Blonde. Now Cheryl's brows are much lower and straighter than mine, but I'm actually going to just follow my brow. I may take it a tiny bit lower. I'm going to take a tiny bit of Anastasia Brow Wiz. This one is in Brunette. I'm going to just brush the brows through first. And then I'm going to take the brunette and just run it underneath the brow to make that a bit stronger. And also just to straighten my brow a tiny bit. Give that a brush through so they still look quite real. Okay, time for the rest of the skin. I have got a Ben 9 cream shadow. This one is 01 Neutral. I'm going to use a Real Techniques Expert face brush, can't speak. I'm going to take that on the cheekbones. Now Cheryl wears a lot of contour, a girl after my own heart. So she wears it through the cheekbone, but also quite high up. And actually on X Factor she had a lot on, so I'm going to do a lot. I'm going to take it through my hairline so it doesn't look out of place, and a little bit through my jawbone. You can swap this for a powder if you prefer. I just like the finish of a cream personally. Now a great trick, if you go too low, is just take your foundation brush that you were using just to clean it up. So swap between brushes. So I've got my contour brush, and then I can I'm going to take a little bit of Hush cream colour base and the same brush that I used before and just push it on the top of the cheekbones to add a little bit of shimmer. A little bit down the nose. Now powder if you need to. I'm going to use a Sleek Makeup Press powder. This one is with an SPF. Careful that that doesn't flash back. This one should be fine. I'm just going to run that just through my chin and my forehead because I want to keep the cheeks quite shiny. Then lastly for Cheryl's lip, I have chosen, this is MAC lip pencil in burgundy. And I'm going to colour the whole lip in with that. And this is such a great way to combine that strong eye and strong lip that's been really big this season. I think also just by pulling the hair off the face, it doesn't look as full on. I'm then going to take a Ben Nye lipstick, and this one is in Wicked Plum. So there you have the finished Cheryl Cole X Factor look. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.